I do not agree with the idea of considering mixed people to be black. Um, just getting it out there. There are many reasons why this is the case, many that are legitimate. I know one of the first things people are going to ask is, who are you to say who gets to be black and not? Well, I'm a black woman, and I kind of have a say on who I am. I refuse to subscribe to the Eurocentric idea that everybody but African people get to tell African people who they are. So the Eurocentric idea of the one drop rule, the Eurocentric pushed mentality of how this thing's supposed to go and that other cultures have also adopted, don't work with me. And I don't have to let it work with me because I refuse to be a colonized ant in this slavery and oppressive system. So I canceled my subscription. I took the chains off my mind and I refuse to let anybody tell me who I am anymore. So for those of you wondering who am I to say, well, now you know. Anyway, first things first, black love. Mixed people are not products of black love. To say that a mixed person is black is to assume that they are products of black love or two black people, which they are not. They are part of a black person, love of black person, another one. It doesn't mean it's not love. And that's just the way it is. So if you're not a product of black love, you really can't call yourself black. If you're not a product of two black people, you can't call yourself black. It's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that you're less than us. It just means that you're different. And people are different. It's okay to be different. You know, we don't have to fit into this Eurocentric binary of being one or the other. Life's not fragmented. It's not right or left, up or down, one or the other. There's this whole gray area in between. So yeah, keep that in mind. Also, it's when mixed people claim to be black, they are committing identity theft, social identity theft. This can be the case with mixed people. While claiming to be black and denying half of who you are, you may end up actually doing things that resemble that and you choose to not acknowledge it, so you can't fully assess the issue and you cause more harm to black people than good. Even looking in order to truly know, in order to truly love yourself, you have to know yourself, and that's all of you, not just one side. So you can't say, oh, I decided to be black today, so I'm going to enjoy the, fascinating things about African spirituality. I'm going to embrace African culture, when you have a whole European side of you that is in there as well, or a non-black side, could be Asian, could be Hispanic, or whatever, that's in you as well, that needs to be embraced and acknowledged. The point of the matter is, if you've got that in you, that is something that you have to deal with, and that is something that you have to come to terms with, so that one, you can put yourself in a healthy place mentally and spiritually, and two, so that you can make sure that you do better. Media representation. I'm not going to accept any scraps. I'm sorry. I'm not going to compromise. I'm not going to get at least they admitted their privilege because they're still using it. I'm not going to take well, at least there's some kind of black on the TV screen, because it's not me. We deserve better, and we as a people do not have to accept scraps. So, and by scraps, I don't mean mixed people are scraps. I mean representation for our people. We need our own controlled stuff, but even the stuff I see on BET, which is supposed to be ours, which is not. But even like shows about black love and black people and stuff, I don't see black people. I normally see a black male and a mixed woman. Even with the show like Black and Sexy or something like that, the three of the main women I seen in the first couple of episodes weren't black, and that's cool and all, but don't call it Black and Sexy if you're not gonna have a lot of black women, And there are other black women in this series as well, but even look at the characters they get, and the list just goes on. Even I wasn't gonna do this. I wasn't gonna address Stacey Dash, but the point is, Stacey Dash has never represented me because she's always been mixed. However, Stacey Dash had a role in almost everything as a black woman. So, and same with Raven-Symoné. Even though Raven-Symoné has always been interracial, she's had nothing but roles as black woman. So now black people want to get all hurt when they say, no, I am who I am. Now, it's unfortunate that you've had your entire career based off of pretending to be me, but you were awarded that career based off of the fact that you're not me. Your privilege is what allowed you to get those roles, Stacey Dash. The fact that you were not just black got you into the positions to playing black girls on TV. because real black girls can't play themselves, of course. So with that being said, mixed people have and continue to be used as the whitewashing of black people when it comes to the media, when it comes to propaganda and stuff like that. Whether you like it or not, I'm sure Halle Berry enjoys doing her job. I'm sure Stacey Dash enjoys doing her job. I'm sure every mixed person out there who is working and getting, work based off of their mixedness is enjoying their privilege with it. But the point of the matter is, whether or not you're enjoying your privilege, whether or not any of that's the case, you are a part of an agenda used to lighten up my image and to portray something that you're not. Even Halle Berry said, my mom was upset with my mom because she never taught me how to be a black woman. She never taught me how to be black enough. I actually read this in I think it was an Essence magazine. It was in some magazine. I mean, even look at the movie that she did, Boomerang, where Robin Evans was in it. Look at Halle Berry's lighter mixed role, and look at Robin Givens' role. And this is a narrative we continue to see played out in all over everything. Also, the idea that mixed people are black is not, well, it's mostly unique to certain regions of the U.S. Globally, mixed people are acknowledged as being mixed. There is, different terms like half caste or half breed or interracial or mixed. Not all of them are the most flattering. Let's put our feelings aside and look at it. Globally, mixed people are acknowledged as being mixed, and it's not an issue. Even in major parts of the U.S., mixed people are acknowledged as being mixed, and it's not an issue. Recently, I've been moved to Washington, state of Washington, not Washington, D.C., and the idea that mixed people are mixed is an issue here. I get really offended and really hurt, and when you try to use facts and evidence and things and simple logic to explain to them why you can't be me, and that's okay, you're more helpful being yourself than you are trying to be me. It's while they do the same thing that Europeans do when they're in a place of privilege. Everything's about how they feel, they think, and they believe, and none of it's based in fact or in genuine interest to the party that they are offending. Frederick Douglass, Obama, Halle Berry, all mixed people. Obama is not the first black president. In fact, a lot of what he was able to do, a lot of what he has accomplished has a lot to do with his European ancestry. Halle Berry is not black. In fact, the woman damn near passes for European now. She wouldn't even have kids with a European man. It's mostly European over there. Yet she's claimed to be one of the most beautiful black women when everything about her is European. Was that saying to little black girls who were supposed to look up to the most beautiful black woman who's not black? Same when it comes to Beyonce. And I appreciate the fact that even in her song Formation, she acknowledged, I'm mixed up, and this is what it is. That meant so much to me. It really did, because people keep forgetting, that people are who they are. If Beyonce wanted to, do a song about, whatever the case may be, in fact, she used the fact that she is who she is to make a statement beneficial to, black people. With that being said, Beyonce has gotten on the platform that she's gotten because of her ability to appeal to Europeans. Yeah, don't get me wrong, black people love Beyonce, but black people ain't paying, Europeans are. Because of her European, her European side of her, because of her European appeal, she's been able to gain this platform that allows her to make as much money as she makes, that allows her to make the music that she makes. And that's why most white people were upset when Formation came out, because she's been for them, whether she knew it or not. And it's because she's appealed to the European nature while having just enough blackness to keep it real with us, or whatever the case may be. Frederick Douglass was a mixed man, and when you learn in school, all you learn about is mixed people who may learn to read or wrote books and all that other kind of stuff. But you have to understand that as a black kid, you're looking at your only chances of some kind of liberation coming from mixed people. It's going to mess with you psychologically, for one. Frederick Douglass was a mixed man. He was taught to read for a while because of the fact that he was mixed. He only had to stop eventually learning how to read because, you know, one of his new slave master, who was not his white father, was like, oh, you know, well, he's part black, so don't teach him how to read anymore. But the damage was done. Because of his European ancestry, he was trusted enough to learn how to be able to be taught to read, which meant that he can go ahead and write books where, even though he speaks for black people, he acknowledges the trouble that he has with being an interracial man. But, you know, that's not the stuff they tell you about when they're telling you about this black man in school who wasn't a black man. You know, when all you have to look up to for yourself is people that you can never look like or be like, or whatever the case may be, because they got to where they were largely awarded to the privilege that they had based on the fact that they are not fully you. And to close, I'll put it like this: mixed people are more beneficial to black people by being themselves. Anybody is more official to, if you genuinely do care about and want to help support a true revolutionary and free state for black people, you have to be able to fully accept who you are, acknowledge the strengths and weaknesses you have with being that, and then put yourself to work based off of that. If you're a wrench and we need a screwdriver, and you saying you're a screwdriver, but you're a wrench, it's not going to help us. It's not. And that's what it is.